One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Allegiant Stadium, home of the Raiders, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Eastern Michigan Eagles, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the UNLV Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Rebels will kick it off to get us underway. And he's going to try to return this one. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Eagles can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. With the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Here's a quick throw out to the left. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
And the Eagles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Beebe. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Not enough for the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Davis here. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5. And the Rebels will hustle to the line.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the line of scrimmage.
They'll move the tight end. Looking for a man. It's Reed. Right on the money. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there. They'll run play action. Throws toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Looking to throw on third. Caught close to the marker. It's Lions. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Rebels.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They took it 64 yards right down the field. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Got his man on the right.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The Eagles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quickly to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
And the Eagles are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Oh, it's picked off. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, UNLV. The defense putting points on the board.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
They'll grab the squib kick just inside the 10. this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. The sure hands. It's Beebe. There he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Beebe. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Bringing the heat. He just missed the target on that one. Gotta put it on his body.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Motion from the wideout. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Grabbed in the middle, it's Lyons. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time they let him get out.
Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV has the edge. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the 2nd quarter is about to get underway. First play of the period, first down here. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Finds his big tight end.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
Handoff from the gun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Caught near the sticks. It's Lions. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go to the air. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Rebels. Quick strike through the air for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
He'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. The sweet feet buy a little time. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Let's send the tight end in motion. To the air on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Beebe. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1. The Eagles come to the line in the hurry-up. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Rebels offense is back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on 2nd and goal. Might be changing the route. On 2nd and goal, he carries again. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. Back to throw, it's Reed. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. He wants to throw it. Big guy smells it, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Rebels.
Well, this thing's turning into a route, and it's turning into a route quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
UNLV, 28, Eastern Michigan, 0.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Norman. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. And the Eagles are in the hurry-up. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Gets rid of it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Lots of running room. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
9-yard line. 1st and goal, Eastern Michigan.
4 base bait. 4 base bait.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. He wants it all. Touchdown, Eagles! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Wyoming is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Laramie for some time. They're up 14 over Central Michigan. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. To throw, it's Reed. Setting up the screen. Turning it on! They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. To the air on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second down, he'll throw it. Here's a heat. This time he's got his man. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And the Rebels come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the returner will be knocked down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll move the wide receiver. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. They're setting up the screen. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
Love the execution there at the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Now adjusting. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Eastern Michigan, 7.
Eastern Michigan will kick it deep to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Finding an escape route.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quarterback may change this route. From the gun, running back gets the give. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Tight end now in motion. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Looking for room. It's Frank. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Rebels come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw, it's Reed. That's caught, it's Frank. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. The RPO, it's complete. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
From the gun, give on the inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
They're working that left side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. On third down, he drops to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Irvin. Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Back to pass, it's Reed. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Soft spot in the middle. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
The Rebels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Looking to throw again. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Wants to go up top. Gets it out fast. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop.
It's now 4th and goal.
Check. Black 33, mouse choice. 33, mouse choice.
Looking to pass, it's Reed. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Vegas.
And that is why you never quit on a play. 4th down by the goal line. It looked like the quarterback had nowhere to go with it, but he wouldn't quit. He wouldn't give in to the defense. He just dug deep down inside himself and found a way to score that TD. That was impressive.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Louisiana delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the Sun Belt. Trust me when I say the party is on in Lafayette. A busy day in the Sun Belt Conference, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on 1st down. Now improvising. Stands in and takes the hit. He holds it in and nobody's close.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
Military stun. Military stun.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly complete. Gets enough for the 1st down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. So first down, we'll open up the final period.
Direction.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Buys a little time. It's complete on the right side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Gets the back moving. Back to pass on second down. Got it behind the line. It's Beebe. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw in that touchdown pass.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the two.
22 water. 22 water. Okay, break.
Looking to throw. Moving away from pressure. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
UNLV 35.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Williams. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Back to throw, it's Reed. Safe completion on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
That's one as a quarterback, when you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And the Rebels headed quickly to the line. They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. Offense in the hurry up. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Back to throw, it's Reed. They'll run the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down to try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
He might want another play. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Rush is on him. Look out, he's got room. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. Picks up the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Looking for the score. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Going to sling it on second down. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Snap from the gun on third down. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on third down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
First down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Quick strike complete.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Finds his man. It's Beebe. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Out of bounds.
Nice play. And this running back showing you why he truly is a three-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch.
Looking for the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. Finally brought down. And what a play, not only to get the football, but to win the field position with the return.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
I love that play call. Quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
To the air, it's Reed. He's going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Intercepted. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And you want to still be aggressive. A lot of times aggressiveness is what gets you a lead, but at the same time, man, we got to take care of the football. We can't make dumb mistakes time and time again. You still are winning. I don't know if you know that. Look up on the scoreboard. You're still in the lead.
Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
They'll move the tight end. Off play action on first down. Got his man downfield. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Eastern Michigan.
They use those back-to-back explosives to set them up first and goal. Wants to go up top. Going for 6. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Back to pass. Working that wide receiver screen. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. After this, it'll be a wrap. DB's right up on the receivers. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Fires to the end zone. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty.